I'm going to be honest, we are witnessing one of the saddest days in MMA history. Of course, I'm talking about Jalen Turner announcing his retirement after UFC 313. Devastating loss for him. Don't know how the sport's going to recover after that. Lost one of their biggest stars. But in other news, Pereira has lost to Ankalaev. You know, I don't know what to say. You hate to see it. One of the most exciting champions, fighters in general that the sport's ever seen. Can't wait to see the light heavyweight title back in 2027 when Ankalaev fights for it again. But yeah, I mean, it was honestly, trying to put bias aside, it was a bad fight. Like, it was arguably worse than Strickland versus DDP in terms of excitement level. Like, if it wasn't Pereira and it was two no names, Ankalaev versus Rakic for the title, this would be considered one of the worst title fights in history, or at least in the last 2 years. So yeah, it was a terrible fight. Pereira had no offense except for leg kicks. Ankalaev rocked him once, and other than that, held him up against the fence, had some decent moments in the boxing. Yeah, went to decision. I did think it was going to go to decision. I thought it would lean 3-2 Pereira, which it almost did. It was very close. Some swing rounds in there. The judging was kind of nuts. I think 49-46 Ank is pretty crazy. Like, there is a way to get there for sure, but I think it's I would have expected one judge have it 48-47 Pereira rather than 49-46 Ank. I think the former was more likely, but it doesn't matter. I think Ankalaev still won that fight. There's not really any denying that Ankalaev did deserve to win that fight. And deserve is a loose term because I think this was a loss for everyone. This was just a shit fight. So, Pereira didn't do enough. He thought the leg kicks were gonna start paying dividends, and they never did. If you're using leg kicks as your main weapon in the fifth round, even the late fourth round, I'm sorry. Am I crazy for saying that's low fight IQ? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not getting a calf kick TKO anymore, bro. Anyways, yeah, let's see. This fight was just, I don't know. It just ruined the vibe of the night. I'm sure for everyone watching, Big Yank has 4 fans out there and they're probably not watching this channel. So they're watching fucking bedtime MMA. Bro, I don't even want to know how happy he is. I'm going to kill myself. Yeah, just bad fight. No takedowns completed. That's a crazy thing. We were all worried about the takedowns. I thought Ank was going to go out there and just spam takedowns. Boy, was I wrong. And I know he hasn't done that in the past. You might be saying casual. He never does that. But, dude, it's Pereira. I was like, Pereira's going to beat him up on the feet. I feel like every title fight, I'm like, oh, yeah, I know nothing about UFC. That's just how I feel. But the round breakdown, round 1, I thought was obviously Pereira's round. Without a question. He landed way more strikes, and Ank landed maybe 2 or 3 good jabs, straight punches down the middle. And I think 14 calf kicks for Pereira. It just does more damage for me. So I had round 1 easily Pereira. Round 2, obviously, for Ankalaev. I think that was the round where he rocked Pereira at the end of it. So yeah, just domination from Ank in round 2, 1-1. Heading into the third, this was definitely the closest round. You can see Pereira did actually land more strikes, but the strikes were all to the calf. And for damage-wise, which is how you score MMA fights, Ank was landing the headshots on Pereira. So it was I can see the argument for Ank winning round 3. I can also see the argument for Pereira winning round 3. This was by far the closest round. Round 4, Ank definitely won that one. And round 5, I think Pereira definitely won that one. So it's, 2-2. It's just how you score round 3. I think that's what it comes down to. And the judges had it scored for Ankalaev. And I was surprised that all of them had it for Ankalaev. But let's move on down the card. We got Rafael Fiziev versus Justin Gaethje. What a great fight. We knew it was going to be a banger, but it was amazing. It was absolutely a war. I think Dan Hooker would have been a little bit better. 5-round fight, even a 3-round fight with Dan Hooker, I think it would have been better just because Fiziev didn't look like he quite had the pace for a good 3-round fight in him. He was taking it very conservative, which might have been his game plan, and it did work out for him in the first round. I scored first round for Fiziev, and then the last 2 rounds for Gaethje. Literally the same thing that happened in the first fight. What did I tell you? exactly the same thing. But Gaethje dropped him with a hard uppercut. That was nasty, so clean inside the pocket boxing. And it's what Gaethje did last time. Gaethje was beating him up with uppercuts over and over again. This time he dropped Fiziev. Also, how is Gaethje's chin back? Like, he got stunned by like 2 or 3 big shots, and he's back. Like, his chin looks good. He even mixed in some wrestling, if you can call it wrestling. It was more like clinch work, but shout out Gaethje for going back to his college roots. But overall, great co-main event. I think for a short notice replacement, you're not asking for much more than that. I would be curious to know your guys' favorite fight of the card, though, because there was some bangers. I think we all know which one was the best, though. I'm not talking about this one. This one was good, though. First round sub by Ignacio Bahamondes. People were saying Jalen Turner was going to take this guy down and dominate him on the ground because he doesn't have any ground game. And he goes out there and throws up triangle and locks it in. So fair play. Bahamondes, I did have him to win, but not by submission. I don't think many people at all had him by submission. And like I said in the intro, Jalen Turner announcing his retirement from UFC, pretty wild. He's still relatively young. He was ranked, he still is ranked right now. So yeah, kind of sad to see. I'm assuming we're going to get Bahamondes and Mauricio Rufy in the rankings now. Shout out Rufy, man. He had a great performance. But yeah, nothing really crazy to say about this fight. Bahamondes looks like a very solid future prospect. Excited to see him. He called out Dariush. I think that's a fun fight. There's also, he could do a Benoit Saint Denis fight. If the UFC doesn't want to match him up with someone higher. I feel like, Joel Alvarez is kind of your next star in lightweight. So you might want to give Joel Alvarez Beneil Dariush. Shit fight. I didn't watch it. And then on to this one, King Green versus Mauricio Rufy. Man, this was crazy, bro. One of the best knockouts I've seen live. Yeah, spinning wheel kick to the temple, like genuinely crazy. I had Rufy by round 2 KO was my final prediction, so close, but I was just worried that King Green was going to survive the first round and kind of, craft his way to a decision. I guess Rufy just used that rangefinder. He hit him with a straight right down the pipe once or twice, and it definitely caused some visible damage to King Green. I don't think Bobby Green. I'm not going to call him King. But yeah, I don't think Green really has that chin on him anymore to survive long wars. It's probably just about time to call it quits for him. And Rufy is the next guy at lightweight after that performance. There was hype after he beat James Malarkey, and then the hype kind of died off a bit, myself included. Like, my hype completely died for him after he beat Lontop, which was a very underwhelming performance. And then now it's like, all right, they're back. The fighting nerds have so much aura right now. It's genuinely crazy. And we got Gene Silva and Carlos Prates fighting on the Miami card. Also, can I say, UFC in 2025 has been low-key kind of shit for main events, at least pay-per-views. 311 canceled. Well, short notice replacement, Moicano versus Islam Makhachev, garbage fight. 312, Dricus versus Strickland. It's a Strickland fight. It's going to be very mid. And then this fight as well, like the title fight was genuinely really, really bad. So we've been not having a great time of it, but Volk will save us at 314. That's something you can always trust in. Next up, probably one of the last fights we'll talk about. Joshua Van puts on a clinic for Ray Saruya. This was the lock of the night for me and Dylan. Pretty easy win for Joshua Van, 30-27, and he just outstruck Ray Saruya in every round. Defended the takedowns really, really well. I feel like this was a good warm up for him for some higher level grapplers, if that's fair to say, because Ray Saruya, he's a good wrestler, but he shoots from across the freaking octagon and just dives for the legs over and over again. So if Ray Saruya would have somehow fluked his way into a win, I think it would have been bad for the division. But Joshua Van, let's see him up against someone higher in the rankings. Tim Elliott, Tagir Lembekov. Yeah, there's some interesting matchups for him. Other than that, this card was short. I guess we'll go through it all. Armin Petrosyan, Bruno Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira got that TKO win. Great fight. Oh no, wait, it was a submission. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Yeah, Bruno Ferreira picking up the submission win. What kind of submission was that? I can't even remember. Oh man, it's been a long day and night. It's daylight savings, so I'm up an hour early after UFC card, so it's not ideal. And honestly, I've been trying to erase this card from my memory. Like I haven't been on social media because I don't want to see Pereira getting rocked by Big Ank. Like I'm this close already, guys. I don't think I can make it through another Big Ank edit of Alex getting rocked. You're lucky Dylan isn't here because he'd be genuinely crashing out. But yeah, Bruno Ferreira getting the submission win over Armin Petrosian. Oh, yeah, I remember. Bruno Ferreira picked up a few things from Abus Magomedov to submit Armin Petrosian. And dude, Petrosian's just been having a rough time of it in the UFC. He was winning the first round. I had him winning the first round, and then second round was his downfall. So nothing interesting there. Alex Morono versus Carlos Leal. Dude, what I tell you, Leal, he's decent, bro. He's decent. He picked it up in the first round with a TKO up against the fence, and it was just a good win. Alex Morono cannot throw anything with pop to save his life, so I wasn't surprised at this. And then, big controversial fight here. I didn't actually watch this one because I was at a dinner, but split decision. I heard big robbery. When the boys text you robbery, it's important. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the Santos versus Marshall decision, because I wasn't there to watch it. From what I saw, like, it was closer maybe than people thought, but who knows? People are calling Pereira versus Ankalaev the biggest robbery in the UFC's history. Bro, we had a bigger robbery on this card, and it was down here. It was Santos versus Marshall. That was a bigger robbery, in my opinion. So yeah, Pereira. It's just like, dude, it's sad, It's very sad for everyone. I feel like we're mourning. I'm mourning one of my fallen soldiers. What does he go for? What does he do from here? He could get an immediate rematch. I think the UFC would be happy to give him an immediate rematch, but honestly, do you want to see that? Do you want to see Big Ang versus Alex Pereira in another dog shit title fight? I don't. I don't want to watch this fight again. Pereira could get a KO. I haven't seen anything like if Pereira had a bad camp or if he had a bad weight cut. The weight cut looked good in my opinion, but if there was some underlying issue for Pereira, or if, why was he not throwing anything? He threw 4 body jabs. What are you doing? The leg kick, you can't throw 40 leg kicks and 4 body jabs and 1 left hook. I'm sorry, that's not enough to win either round, to win either fight. It won you. It almost did. But Big Ank gonna put on more stinker performances. Call me crazy. And I've been saying this, bro. I swear people are copying my predictions now. I think Yuri Prochazka has a good chance to beat Ankalaev. As crazy as that might sound, Yuri Prochazka is not going to back up for 5 rounds, all right? He's going to do some weird shit and maybe find a win. So I think Yuri Prochazka has a good shot to beat Ankalaev. You could make that fight next, and I honestly wouldn't complain, but I know everyone else would. And I know that's a popular opinion right now is that Big Ank might lose to Yuri Prochazka just because of the stylistic matchup. And also another thing that I was saying is Topuria would maybe beat Makhachev but lose to someone like Dustin, and now Bedtime MMA is saying that. So I just want to say I said it first. It's my opinion. You can't have the same opinion as me. You have to credit me. But yeah, I'm just sad, guys. I feel for everyone who's a Pereira fan because, I am too. And I was wearing the shirt and it didn't. Maybe it's the shirt curse. I don't know, guys. But I'm gonna go cry now, and yeah. Life just seems pointless now. All right, peace. See ya.